Right, Shalom Yeshua, when staff stores by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, double Lord's Apostle GMS, and honors to you, brothers, are doing the work in truth, while sincerity. Just wanted to do another quick one on this day that these Americans refer to as Thanksgiving, right? Which is just Esau being, this is Esau being the devil in the utmost way. Right. Imagine if there was a day, and we know it didn't happen, but imagine there was a day, it's commemorating the Holocaust, and so-called Jews wouldn't have it. Yet the Holocaust, the real Holocaust of Jake, it literally doesn't care. Doesn't these people really don't care about it, right? Basically, so I'm just gonna go into some scriptures and bring out some information, right? So I came across this thing, uh, uh, National Day of Mourning, which is what the Gadites do every so-called what do you call it? Every so-called Thanksgiving, right? If you notice, once again, it started in 1970s as National Day of Mourning is an annual protest organized since 1970 by Native Americans in New England on the fourth Thursday of November, the same day as Thanksgiving in the U.S., right? And that's when you read Obadiah 1 and 4 says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Right? So you see that then when thou set thy nest among the stars. And when did Esau do that? In 1969 with one of those Apollo missions. I'm not too sure which one. Right? But that's the same time that Judah started getting this truth. That's the same time you had what do you call it? Same time you had the song "Poor Me Israelite" came out. So it's all these things. They're what's the word I'm looking for? It's all fulfilling prophecy, man. It's the Most High in action, right? This is Amos 5:21. Lord says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. And this is one of, although mainly it's the Edomite feast days, Jake be going in heavy with this, man. Hey, damn, I'm sure you've even got some Gadites and some Reubenites who celebrate this shit, who've fallen under Esau, the forgive and forget, right? And then they're celebrating this. But what does your house say? It says, I hate and I despise your feast days, right? Let's look up this word despise. Feel contempt or a deep repugnance for. He despised himself for being selfish, giving the example, right? Let's see what another definition of that is. It says feel contempt, or same definition. Right, but that's a strong use of language there. It says I hate and despise your feast days. Right? To spurn, and also disappear, to reject, to refuse, right? Same again as in Isaiah 1 and 14 says, your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me, I am weary to bear them, right? And once again, this is one of the new feasts that Israel have, enjoy and celebrate, and it's completely abhorrent, right? And in a couple of months, well, in a couple of weeks, really, Jake's going to start celebrating Christmas, and that's often wicked as well, right? This is Zechariah 11 and 5, and that says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. But let's go into that. It says, whose possessors slay them, and who is the Native American possessor, man? The so-called white, which is why if Esau says, no, so-called white man known as Esau, if Esau says, I'm going to move you into that part of the land, there's nothing them Gadites can do about it. Here it is, they've got that big ass protest over the Dakota Access Pipeline. Esau's just going to spin it which way he wants, and he's probably going to end up building there anyway. Esau doesn't give a shit. Right, says, and hold themselves not guilty. Esau, they celebrate the day. If there's no other way to say I'm not guilty is to say, hey man, this is a good day, let's celebrate this day. They genuinely don't hold themselves guilty. Right, it says, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. Right, because they have become rich. Look at them. They're for the longest time there was white picket fence, two kids, a dog, living the so-called American dream. right? And says, and their own shepherds pity them not, right? Because they're looking at us like, hey man, whoa, hey, we're getting rich, we did all this, then hey man, we really must not care about these guys, all right? But it says Jeremiah 50:33 says, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Right, and Israel's still in the hands of Esau. Right, and Esau's not letting us go no matter what we do. What can we do? Try to set up our own independence, something? Esau will just try to come and burn it down like he did in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right, so the children of Israel represents the northern kingdom, right? It's the Latin tribes and the Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, right? And the children of Judah represents the southern kingdom, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? And where were they oppressed together? Where? They were pressed together in the land of America, man. Proving that America is Babylon. Right, it says, and all that took them captives held them fast. It says that they refused to let them go. Right? It says Psalms 50:16 says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Because Esau went around and said, hey, this is, well, I forgot the term they used, divine, I forgot the term they used, but basically they were saying that it was meant to happen. The Americans were meant to take over that land. When they tried to use the Bible to justify their actions. But they're what? They're devils, man. They're Edomites. And they're going into slavery as punishment for all that they did. It says Psalms 55:21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. If not some so-called white man, I don't know who is. Right? Because he comes around and says, hey, all this nice stuff. But really and truly, he's trying to kill your people. He's trying to make your women into harlots, make your sons into faggots, right? And ultimately just destroy you. And if this isn't, proof of that, right? So this is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha Sirach, also known as Sirach 12:10, says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. But it doesn't say sometimes trust him. It doesn't say, it says never ever do it. And it gives the analogy of iron, because what iron, the world is covered in air. Air has oxygen, right? Iron plus oxygen equals rust. Basically saying it's gonna come out. He is gonna stab you in your back. He is gonna do wickedness unto you, right? This is Jeremiah 49:12, how it showed the flip side of things. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. What's that cup? That cup is slavery. All the hell that Israel have gone through, whether it be the northern kingdom or the southern kingdom. Right, it says, and art thou he that shall go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it, right? And then to basically explain that better, I'm going to get Revelations 18:6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to a double, and that double's not a literal double. Right? And how did she reward us? She rewarded us by putting us in slavery, which is why it says this cup again, representing that slavery, that bondage, that hell that Israel has caught under the so-called white man known as Esau in the Bible. Right? Basically says, and in the cup which she had filled to a double. So that's direct precept here to Jeremiah 49:12. It says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So Esau's going to drink of this cup. All you see here, man, that's going to come back on Esau's end. And, what he did to Judah, what he did to, did to all of the tribes, man. Esau's going to pay for that. He's going to get that, and he's going to get that manyfold, man. This double hair is not literal, it's manyfold. Right, it says Amos 9:2 says, though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves on the top of Carmel, I'll search them out and take them out from thence. And though they be hid from my sight at the bottom of the sea, Thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And there they go into captivity before their enemies. Thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I'll set mine eyes upon them for evil and not for good. And this is referring to these elites, man. These elites, they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, and rightly so, right? Because they're the ones who've benefited most from all the wickedness that they've done to Jake. Yeah, the average Edomite has as well, which is why they're just gonna get burnt up over there in the land of America. That's just a nice simple, um, what do you call it? Yeah, the words escape me, but that's just, that's judgment, that's just, right? But these elites, man, they're gonna have to start paying for this by going into slavery, right? It says Psalms 49 from the sixth, Psalms 149 from the sixth verse says, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand." It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute judgment, just like to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. And who are his saints? His saints are the Israelites, pursuant to Psalms 50 and 5, I believe. Right? And I'm just going to finish up with verse 18. It says, "In the house of Obadiah 1 and 18 says, In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it," man. And that, like I said, once again, that's just. But you cannot go around doing the wickedness that Esau has done and get away with it. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.